Hey guys, welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Hey guys, welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast, your podcast for everything entertainment, movies, TV, anything you think of, video games. We talk about it all, you know?
Proud of you. That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That was good.
I don't know why I want to say music so
I don't
bad.
know. We'll get there one day.
By next season.
Yeah,
you know?
we'll get there one day.
So today we are almost caught up on our podcast, at least for The Last of Us. So we're going to quickly go over episode 6. It's the first time we've only done one episode since the first episode.
Right.
So we can talk as much as we want about it, basically. But what were your thoughts on?
No.
this
I
one?
want to hear your thoughts first.
Okay,
'Cause
so
we talked nothing about it when it came out. So
yeah, so it was the name of the episode was Kin,
Mhm.
and it deals with a lot of Joel's inner turmoil with
Right.
living with so much stuff. And I think that they portrayed it very well in the show in comparison to the game. I mean, some of the scenes were ripped right out of the game. But for them to really just Pedro Pascal's performance and the breakdown of everything, and it's kind of funny how they're putting so many Easter eggs for part 2
right.
throughout all this, like with the horse and everything. I feel like the girl that she saw at the community will probably end up being Dina.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't think of that.
I think that's how that's gonna work out. They are speeding through this, and I will say this: I was probably wrong. They might kill off Pedro Pascal by next season.
Yeah, I think they will too.
Spoilers, guys. By the way, every
if you
time we talk
haven't
about
played
Last
the game.
of Us, we've already talked very much about the game. But it's they're gonna definitely use them in flashbacks. They're gonna have to keep them on the
Probably,
bill
yeah.
because it's just like
I think they will.
you think they're gonna lose viewers though. That's the thing. Unless they only plan on it for being 2 seasons, but they're also planning a third game. So I guess it just goes into will they try to
depends.
adapt? Because I'm thinking they could release season 2 of The Last of Us and then part 3 of the game same time, around the same time, hype each other up, kind of thing.
I don't know because seasons come out yearly, right, or every 2 years.
It really just depends because it could be like Westworld. It takes 3 to 4.
Okay, because
You know, 'cause
games,
it's an HBO show. So
Naughty Dog typically takes 5 to 8.
well, they've already said they have an idea in mind.
Oh, did they? Did they
Yeah.
confirm we're doing this?
They say they have an idea in mind. I don't know if they've confirmed if it's coming out, but they do have a third part written and figured out.
Cool.
So-
Neil doing work over there.
Yeah. I mean, obviously with the show, he's probably been more wanting to do more,
Yeah.
wanting to expand into that world, and probably taking ideas and clues from what they're doing with the show to adapt to maybe an even better version, probably the best game we've had. I think if they do a part 3, it'll probably be that would be the end of it.
Yeah, I think 3 seasons would be enough. They're speeding through this. I was so shocked.
They
'Cause
are. They
when
jumped
they
3
did
months.
Episode 5, I was like, okay, that's the end of spring. They should start winter when Joel gets hurt and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's another character that I don't know if they'll introduce or not. But now that now that I've noticed the pace, they might introduce Nolan North's character,
Yeah.
who's another villain that they face. But yeah, oh, and it's probably those raiders that attacked them when they were escaping.
Well, so the thing is, because you still don't watch after the credits, do
I
you?
know, I still don't. I keep forgetting.
So the next episode they showed is going to be a flashback episode of
Oh, okay.
the mall.
Oh, so they're doing DLC stuff.
Yeah.
What? Shit. Oh man, they're really.
So I read up on it, and I know I don't remember it was last time we talked about this or the time before that, but it is confirmed to be 9 episodes, and the reason being is because they talked about it. They had it for 10, and then the first episode was supposed to end when we first see Ellie chained up, and it was just gonna be a glimpse of Ellie, and then go to episode 2. But they realized that no one would be invested at that point because they're like, okay, whatever. Guy loses his daughter, he's an asshole. Cool.
Yeah.
But since they went and delved, they put episodes 1 and 2 together. That's why the first one was so long.
I see.
So they're doing 9 episodes. So this is 7 coming up with his flashback. So 8 is gonna be the penultimate, and then we have the finale, which is gonna be episode 9.
Okay.
So my prediction is they're gonna do this DLC stuff. I think that episode 8 is going to be a combination of Nolan North's character
Mm-hmm.
getting to the hospital,
Yeah, and then
and then a
last is gonna be
cliffhanger of them saying like, "Oh, we're gonna have to kill her."
Mm-hmm.
And episode 9 is just gonna be longer, and it's gonna be him doing what he does and getting her out of the hospital.
Yo, that hospital scene. Whew. Oh, dude, oh man, I might have to show you after the podcast. There's this part where Joel gives zero fucks, and it's so good.
Okay, yeah. Like I think like honestly, in my opinion, like they're going pretty fast through this, probably because of the fact that they maybe gambled that it wouldn't go or be well received.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
We just only want to find out. In the episode, there's one thing that did bother me. There's a change that I noticed, in comparison to the game. When they first get to Colorado,
Uh-huh.
you walk into the building. Already knew the sound was monkeys. Had it called monkeys.
Yeah.
Um, just backtracking just a tiny bit. Actually, no. Hold on. Let me start at the beginning. The hug for like when he found Tommy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god,
So emotional.
so emotional.
You don't see him express a lot
I
of
know
emotion,
exactly
so, yeah.
until this episode, and it's like, oh, okay, Pedro, you got it. Like,
Yeah.
you're striding really well right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then the part in like where they're him and Tommy are talking at the bar, and looks like he like gives zero fucks that like like Tommy's found someone and is having a kid and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and then eventually accepts it, and
You mean Michonne?
yeah. She's got a knack for post-apocalyptic.
Not gonna lie, I thought it was Michonne.
Dude, I actually did. I had to look it up.
Yeah.
It did.
Well, no, I didn't think the actress when she had the.
It was the mask. Yeah. And
'cause
the
I'm
hair.
like,
and I was
wait
like,
a minute.
wait.
Yeah.
And then I paused it and had to look it up. Yeah, love the whole scene. When I saw the dam, at first I was like, all right, they're gonna run into Tommy eventually.
Yeah.
The dam has its old game sequence. The only thing I loved the interaction once Jill accepted that, like, okay, I'm not gonna ditch Ellie, and the 5 days on the horse ride to the other location. I can't remember where they're going.
To the Firefly's former base.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And Wyoming, I don't know. And they're like interacting so much more now. Like you can feel a vibe change.
Yeah.
On like both of them being on one horse, and oh god, I finally felt like, oh, okay, this is going to be like an unbreakable bond. This is the transition that I was waiting for. I loved that. Joel gets stabbed differently after the hospital, after the Colorado.
Yeah, it was like a spike or something, right?
He falls out a window and lands on a spike. Someone doesn't spike him.
Yeah.
But didn't expect that. When they're walking out of the hospital, I was like, okay, so like what's happening now? And then he gets spiked. So that threw gamers like up for a loop a little bit. And I like that. There was a CGI problem that I noticed first episode.
First episode?
Or I'm sorry, that first like sequence, that first scene when he gets stabbed and then Joel hops on the horse. And then Ellie hops on the horse and they're chasing him and Ellie turns back to shoot. Look at the horse.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like animatronic horse.
Gotcha.
Like it's just, and it looks really weird. That was the first thing I noticed. That was my only complaint. Other than that,
I felt that way with. Do you remember the movie Army of the Dead?
Army of
with
the
Dave
Dead.
Bautista?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a part. So there was an actor change last minute, and the original actor like was in all these different like scenes already, and so what they had to do was sometimes like CGI in the new actress, and there was one point where they'd like come out of the ship and like they're all coming out and she literally looks like she's right out of a video game coming out.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Dude.
Really? Oh, I never noticed that one.
But it's such a small, quick moment. But like when you really look at it, you're like, man, that's
yeah. When you notice it, it's like whoa.
Sometimes it's just better not to. Like you could have.
You enjoy it more if you don't.
Like don't even like don't or no. I'm saying like it's better if you just don't even include that shot. Like if you had like, is that necessary for a wide shot out of them getting off the ship or off the plane when you already had a shot of them walking out from behind them?
Yeah.
Like you could have easily like just left that one out. So it just for me was weird. I've been getting really into that movie and like the conspiracies with that, but we can get into that in another podcast.
Wait,
Let's continue this other apocalypse show.
Okay.
So like, is there anything else? Like, okay, so they're moving fast.
They are.
The acting is great. Now, Ellie getting the cup was also a sweet moment though. Like
what?
For her period.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
that was a sweet moment. But like it for me personally, she was a little too sassy. I think in
It's
this,
a little bit rude.
in comparison to the game, like this one is like this version of her is definitely like a lot more like I know they can say fuck, but they use it a little too
A
often
lot.
with her, and it's not in like the Negan way where like it's part of his personality. She just like says it because
She
I
can
mean,
almost.
it's what a 14-year-old would do if they didn't have to worry about parents or anything. Like they would probably overuse the word, not realizing it. And I hope that if they use the same actress, or even if they don't, regardless, like when they do this time jump, after, probably between seasons 1 and 2, she's grown out of that a little
Hmm.
bit. You know, like maybe it takes a lot for her to talk that way. Like she has to be really pissed, kind of
Right.
thing. But I don't know. It doesn't to me make her look tough. It just makes her look annoying.
I
That's the one thing about it. Like before, it was fine when it was like peppered in, but this one was just like
she was
nonstop.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't know if they were trying to like connect the dots, saying that she's giving her the cup because maybe she's going through her cycle, but
Mm.
she already said she was a couple. Well, it's been 3 months, so yeah, no, she could be just going through that time, and she's just like, here,
Yeah.
I know that what you mean is
That
not
would be
true.
okay. That makes more
Like this is
sense.
why you're being such a bitch right now is because you're literally hormones are
It
raging.
also could be like because then Pedro mentions like manners, like he's trying to like raise her to kind of be a better person to
Yeah.
bounce off of to like to a second game,
Yep.
like because she's been cursing forever, and they did lean into it in this episode, but it could be more of a more of a thing to be like, okay, Pedro's gonna be like a father figure this time around, especially when he accepted that like we're gonna go through this, we're gonna
Yeah.
figure it out, especially the during the campfire when they were talking about like what would you do after this, and this is spoilers for a second game, by the way. Um, Ellie does end up living like on a ranch eventually. Like, I don't. She doesn't raise sheep, but she does live on a ranch eventually. There is a scene also where they talk about how Joel wants to be a singer, which I didn't expect to see. But there is like a
Are we
really
gonna get
important
Pedro
scene
Pascal singing?
playing guitar and singing.
Yeah, we are.
I would. Oh, I'm getting chills because
Probably
that's a
episode
fucking
8.
good like. It's a good scene.
Do you think it'd be episode 8 or episode? No, probably episode 8, right?
I
Because
would guess
that
8.
happens before the hospital.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
And then he teaches Ellie.
yeah. So I think that would be cool. Also, I liked how they did the whole astronaut thing with her,
Yeah,
setting up probably for also episode 8. I think episode 8 is gonna be a lot of
it sets up.
him coming back and like or waking up or whatever, and then they just really act like father daughter
Mhm.
like in the games for most of 8, and then 9 is just gonna be like the last 15 minutes get through to the point where he gets told she has to die.
Right.
Cliffhanger, episode 9.
Yeah, that'd be really. Oh man.
That's my prediction.
Hold on. You said episode 8 is what again? What was the end of episode 8? What's a cliffhanger?
I think he's gonna be told that she is going to die to get the cure, like in the game.
Ah,
Like that's gonna be right there, and they're gonna cut to black.
disagree.
Okay,
End of 9.
8,
What's the last episode? 9?
9.
End of 9. Here's what's going to happen. 8 is going to be them going to the hospital and he fucks everyone up, basically.
Okay.
I think 9 they'll play with a little bit because the end of the game, Ellie has no idea. Joel lies to her and says that, like, yeah, they couldn't do anything. And Joel fucks everyone up to save her because they say they have to kill Ellie and all that stuff. And in the end of the game, they're driving somewhere, I can't remember where, and Joel lies to her. And it's not until the second game that Ellie finds out that Joel lies.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that, but no, I just don't because I'm thinking like they can make episode 9 just like they made episode 1 a little bit longer. So think
Oh,
about
I see what you
in
mean.
an hour's time, they can do 35 minutes, maybe 45 minutes of him waking up, them doing things together. He takes her to the astronaut thing, blah blah blah.
Right.
They go through all that. They get to the hospital in the last 15 minutes. It ends with him being told she's gonna die. Then the next one's about an hour and a half. Just like episode 3 was very long.
Yeah.
And the first 45 minutes, maybe even the first just half hour, are them getting out of the hospital.
Oh, I see.
And then take the rest of that hour to go over that other stuff where he lies to her and everything else and da da da, setting up for the next one. And they might even show like I wouldn't be surprised if they show even a montage of some things like over the next 5 years what they're gonna do. So when episode one of season 2 opens up and they do his death,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have to worry about any like they can go back with flashbacks, but maybe they tease it at the end of season 1.
Ooh.
Like, oh, they're going to go through all this and she's gradually getting older, and then we get to that point. Or we might even, and dare I say, I think they might, because this is what they're going to do, because if they weren't guaranteed a season 2 so quickly, they probably would have left it on a cliffhanger that made people want it.
Right.
And I think we're going to get some kind of glimpse of Abby, like literally at the end.
That'd be cool. That'd be really dope.
I think it's going to show, like, let's say they go through all this stuff, right? They end it where he lies to her, they go off, blah, 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 right? Post-credit, like, or like stinger at the end, you have Abby finding her father.
Right.
And
That's
then
what I
it
think
fast
is gonna
forwards
happen.
5 years, and now you see Abby older on the path to find them two.
That could be it.
Like maybe just a shoulder of her, something like that, like some kind of thing that's like maybe she's wearing a bracelet or something.
Abby's
like,
pretty distinctive.
yes,
So,
so that's what I'm saying, like that kind of stuff.
yeah, that's what I would like. Actually, that'd be really dope.
Or like in a tent, and they're like, "We found them," and it's like, "What are we gonna do, boss?" And it's just like her, like, "Let's go get them," like that kind of stuff.
I don't think they'll kill Joel off first episode season 2. I think they'll wait at least until 2 or 3.
Will they do a Walking Dead thing, like when Negan like hit the bat down?
Ooh.
And like it cut to black and we didn't know who he killed?
No, because I think everyone knows. I think they know that everyone knows.
Maybe.
Like I think it's unpopular enough game where they're like they're gonna make people feel because people are already anticipating for it to happen.
Gotcha.
So it's gonna be like everyone's on edge already.
Yeah, so we can't really make any predictions for episode 7 because it's a flashback episode, so it's gonna be DLC. The only thing we could probably say is they'll probably at the end of that, like last 5 minutes, show Joel waking up maybe and cover over that. Or this episode is maybe she's telling him this story while he's sleeping, while he's out.
That could be.
And that's how we're recounting the story through that.
That could be.
And that's what maybe wakes him back up.
Ellie does fuck shit up in winter though. I don't know if they'll show that eventually or not on episode 8.
Yeah.
Because Ellie
I think we'll
runs
see it in
into
episode 7. It'll probably be cut back and
7?
forth or
Oh,
like
maybe.
split in half.
It might be cut back and forth because
Yeah.
Ellie does run into the Nolan North character. I keep forgetting his name. I'm so sorry. Someone remind me later. That's like her. That's like her whole arc. She runs
Yeah.
into this person. She deals with this psychopath like on her own. No offense, Nolan North. You did a great job.
But yeah, no, I'm excited, and we'll see. Hopefully, by the time we catch up, our opinions and our predictions,
Well,
we can
confirm
verify
it. Yeah,
or
yeah.
see. Yeah, we'll see who wins
Oh,
the
man.
predictions of The Last of Us, based on someone that's a writer and someone that played the video games many, many times. But okay,
Well,
so
we have some time. I want to go back. What's
Okay.
the Army of the Dead thing you were saying?
yeah, I was just about to say that. Okay, so let's spend about 5 minutes on this. I I went down this rabbit hole today where I remember, at least I never saw Army of Thieves, which was the prequel.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I have not seen that, but I have heard about it, seen reviews. I'll eventually get around to seeing it.
Not bad game.
But I do know that it fuels the time loop theory. Have you heard about the time loop theory yet?
No.
So do you remember in the first one, in Army of the Dead, when they find the skeletons outside and they're like, man,
Yes.
don't they look like us?
Yeah.
And they talk about the infinite time loop.
Yeah.
I guess at one point in an interview that I did not know about, Zack Snyder came out and said, did you also notice that they were at the table in the casino, the first table, all those skeletons? If you look at them very closely, it's also them. And now he also said, like, also look at, someone has noticed, like, in the safe that they crack into, there's 4 guns that look just like the one she's carrying. And also, the necklace that was on the skeletons outside,
Mm-hmm.
the one that had the same key necklace as Maria,
Yeah.
hers has 4 holes and the one on the body had 3. So this all stems to the theory that what if they were in this infinite time loop and every time they do this, they get a little bit further before they die. And
So
this is the
movie
5th
we
time
saw-
around.
The movie we saw is them like successfully escaping.
No, I don't
No,
think
because
it's not successful.
Batista still died, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's
by the way, but
yeah,
it's been a couple years.
I don't think it's successful yet.
Oh,
I
so
think this is
they have an opportunity to make another movie.
Yeah, they're gonna make a sequel already called Planet of the Dead, and also an animated prequel series that's gonna explain the zombies because
Was this that popular?
in the beginning of the movie when they first open up on Area 51 when they're driving out that
Right,
truck, you
driving out
see
the
the
thing.
2 UFOs in the sky. There's 2 bright lights that just out, which shows
Never
that it's some
noticed.
kind of alien interference with
Never
this.
noticed.
And also the blue blood that they shed when they
Right.
get killed. Also,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
notice when they're killing some of them are robots. They're not even zombies.
I didn't even notice that either.
Yeah, when they kill one of them, you can see like the mechanical stuff and the glowing eye. And then when he goes and when Alpha brings his girl back without her head, one of the zombies has blue glowing eyes. So it's like,
Oh, I do remember that.
and
Yeah.
Zack Snyder said those are robot zombies, but what are they there for? Are they there because the government's spying on them, like using that stuff? Like what's going on? Yeah, dude, this
How?
movie,
Like,
I never realized how much
I
this
didn't know
movie
either.
broke the zombie apocalypse
That's
genre.
so.
Like broke it apart in so many things. So there's literally aliens, this, and then also Zack Snyder has come out and said that we'll be getting into some portals soon to other realms. So like we're going like he's taking all the sci-fi stuff and just like putting it in
Put
one
'em-
movie.
Dude, I gotta send you the video. It reminds me of the Multiverse Cantina. Have I told you about that?
No, what is that?
So it's just a short video that someone made where it's a cantina that like it's got like it says no droids. It's like
Yeah.
a first person view of something walking in. It says no droids, so you've got all the droids from every movie ever.
Wow.
That's are like just lined up, like C3PO and like I can't even think of another droid.
R2D2?
Well, no, like from a different movie.
Oh, you're asking the
Like
wrong person.
like
bud.
RoboCop is in there, I think, and
What?
stuff. Well, he's half human. Anyway, so you walk into the bar and like you see like somebody
Terminator?
Terminator. Oh, Terminator was in there. Yeah, yeah. There it is. Yeah, he was in the line of the droids. And you walk into the bar and like someone punches like Alien and like Predator is like cheering in the background.
That's
You sit
crazy.
down and like Rocket Raccoon is next to you, and then a portal opens and then Rick shows up. It's like really cool. It's not super well done, but it's pretty cool to like think about.
That is
There's like
kinda cool.
stormtroopers walk in. It's super dope.
That is kind of cool. But no, like this movie is like I'll show you these theories, but like it's it's crazy. I'm actually excited for the sequel now because I'm like, man, this has really got into depth and all the Easter eggs and everything in this. Also, like the guy that at the end, I forget the character's name, but the one that got bit at the end that was going to
Yeah,
Mexico.
the guy who got the money and was on the plane.
Yeah. So he had the Omega sign or like tattoo. It's his own tattoo there.
Yeah.
But what if that was purposeful? Because a lot of people, when it first like released photos or whatever, they're like, "Oh, the Omega that ties back to Darkseid. This is a DC movie. It's not."
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, fuck you. It's not.
right? But Alpha Zombie, he has the Omega. So the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Like, is this when so a lot of people are theorizing the loop happens when the nuclear bomb goes off because in real life, like it does deal with like tachyons and stuff, and that's every single time the bomb goes off, that's when they reloop,
I see.
and they all have to get out of there and like.
All right, you're gonna have
alive.
to watch the Thieves one, the prequel.
Yeah,
And we're gonna have to try and discuss, or basically by discuss, I mean me being in awe and you explaining to me what the fuck is happening.
dude, it's
do
just
a quick
it is
little
so
episode
much, and
about
then
it.
like, and we'll talk more about it. But one other thing I want to say about it, also the theory of that the one that has the Omega, is Alpha, and he's the one that like ends up after he's taken to New Mexico,
Ah.
gets put into the truck,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then the
he's
truck.
the one that like runs all of them.
Yep. And it just
That's-
keeps looping
that's
around
so
and around
crazy
and
to
around.
think
And that's
about.
why, like, when he's holding, like, the older woman in the pool the way he is, and
Yeah.
how Alpha's holding his girl,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all these
Holy
parallels.
crap! Jesus.
Like, the hair looks the same, the face looks the same. It's just like he mutated into something different.
Yeah,
But yeah, dude, it's.
that's kind of crazy. Okay, holy crap! Had no idea that whole conspiracy theory even existed.
Yeah. So,
That
anyways,
makes like a whole new genre of like ideas and movies. Like that's cool.
it shows that you can take multiple ideas and just, as long as you
Mush
weave
them
it
together.
in the right way, or maybe Zack Snyder's just doing this and just seeing the chaos that's ensuing.
Yeah, it sounds like Zach.
Which, either way, I don't even care.
Okay,
But
he's having fun with it, obviously. So.
Yeah,
We should probably wrap this up.
we
though.
should.
Yeah.
All right, where can they find you, Oliver?
You find me on the Sphere 21 anywhere on Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. We don't have a Patreon yet, do we?
No.
No, not yet.
But
Never
we-
mind.
And you can find me on Amori Photography, Archangel Films for the company, and Nerd Locker Podcast on all social media platforms. And we are starting a subscription to this channel through Anchor and Spotify. And what you can do is you can click the link below in all the descriptions of everything on YouTube and all that stuff for a monthly price. You guys can get extra bonus videos where we just bullshit, talk around, bloopers, everything else,
Yeah.
video and audio. So you guys can have fun with that. Just click the link down below. All right. See you guys.
Mate. Ah. Hey, what's a dog? No, just made a reference to SpongeBob, so you can listen to it later.